Today I'm sharing with you 5 lessons I wish I knew when I started working out. After watching this, I guarantee you will think differently about how to train, eat, and approach your fitness journey. By the way, I'm Oliver. I've been training for 6 years. I've competed naturally in 3 bodybuilding shows, and now I help other guys build muscle, lose fat, and gain confidence through fitness. All right, let's get started. Lesson number 1, if you're not gaining weight or muscle, you're just not eating enough. When I first started working out, I used to be really skinny, and although I was going to the gym 6 days a week for months on end, I still wasn't gaining muscle. The problem was that I wasn't eating enough protein. You can train as hard as you want, but if you're not fueling your body with the right nutrients, your body doesn't just build muscle out of thin air. It needs calories and it needs protein. And you're probably wondering, well, how much protein do you need to eat in a day? A good rule of thumb is about 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. So this means if you weigh 200 pounds, that's 200 grams of protein that you need to eat on a daily basis. At first that might sound like a lot, but once you start tracking your meals and prioritizing high protein foods, it gets a lot easier. Okay, lesson number 2 is stick to the basics. You can find an overwhelming amount of different exercises on the internet, and most of them do work, but only if you're doing the exercise properly and with good form. If you're training your biceps, it doesn't matter if you're doing a dumbbell curl, a cable machine, a hammer curl, if you're using a barbell, all of those exercises will work your bicep, and you will get bigger biceps if you're doing the exercise properly. So that's why my recommendation for you as a beginner is to stick to the basics, because the basics work. And in some cases, they work even better than other complicated or machine exercises. You'll have a much easier time getting good form, so you'll get more out of the exercise, even if it's a basic exercise. So I'm talking about your compound lifts, like your barbell bench press, barbell squat, barbell rows, and other basic exercises like pull-ups, dumbbell curls, shoulder press, shoulder raises. My training hasn't really changed even 6 years into lifting. I still stick to the basics, and I find I get the most results out of them. Lesson number 3, a bigger muscle is a stronger muscle. This might sound obvious, but a lot of people forget this. They go into the gym and do what feels good. They pick a weight they feel comfortable with, and they don't push close to failure. And then they wonder why they haven't seen any progress when they've been curling the same 20-pound dumbbells for 3 months straight. Yeah, I've been guilty of that too. Look, I'm not saying you need to go into your workouts and hit a 1-rep max like you're at a powerlifting meet. What I am saying is to incrementally add on weight to your sets so you're constantly challenging your muscles. Your muscles need to be challenged so that they can adapt to handle more weight. For example, if you're doing bench press and you manage to get 8 reps with 185 pounds, then the next time you go to do bench press, slap on an extra 5 pounds on each side and try to get 8 reps again with 195 pounds. Then once you feel comfortable with 195 pounds, add weight again and try to do the same with 200 pounds. And that, my friend, is called progressive overload. When I focused my training around building strength, the increase in muscle size came naturally to me. So make sure that you are consistently adding more weight and reps to your sets. Lesson number 4 is to stay patient. Building muscle is an incredibly slow process, and the only real way to be successful at it is by being consistent, which means most of your results will come literally just by showing up to the gym. But this tends to be the hardest part for most people, especially when you don't see the results in the mirror quite yet. You need to understand that it takes at least a few weeks of consistency to even notice any difference in your physique. But once you do start to see results and you see the progress that you're making, it becomes so much more motivating. And this will help you stay more consistent because you know that you're being rewarded for the work that you put in. So even on the days that you don't feel like going to the gym, just remember that the work that you put in will pay off in the future, and you will thank yourself for it. All right, lesson number 5 is don't compare yourself to other people. Imagine this, you've just finished a workout, you have a great pump, and you look in the mirror, and you're proud of the physique and the progress that you see. Then you open up Instagram, and in just a few scrolls, you see people with physiques that are 10 times better than yours. And now you feel worthless. You went from feeling good about yourself and the progress you've made to feeling so behind everyone else. You no longer feel good about yourself. You feel as if fitness is not for you and you should focus your time and energy on something else. This is the wrong mindset to have because at the end of the day, the only competition is against yourself. It's natural to compare yourself to other people, and I do it myself too, but what's really helped me is to understand that there will always be someone better than you and somebody worse than you, which is why the only thing that's worth focusing on is being better than you were yesterday. And you will make far more progress in the long term if you just focus on small improvements day by day rather than an ideal outcome. Alright, that's everything for this video. If you liked this and got a lot of value from it, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more helpful videos like this, and leave a comment below letting me know which lesson hit the hardest for you. And if you're serious about taking your fitness to the next level and you want a more personalized plan that will guarantee you results, click the link in my description to apply for my one-on-one coaching. I'll see you in the next one.